Morning. This is a somewhat quick video regarding a couple of different cigarette lighter ports or hubs or whatever you want to call them. It allows you to take one cigarette lighter and make it three. And I have two units here. I don't have the boxes. I think I had the boxes at one time, but it wouldn't matter if I did have the box because they don't have any kind of brand name on them. This one is marked 360-57205. It has 3 sockets. It can be moved at a right angle and a 45 degree. It has a fuse in it. It's a normal fuse. I think it's 15 amps. I've been using one of these in my car, and I have one in my wife's car. Or actually, I think this is for my wife's car. Works fine, does what it's supposed to do. Build quality is somewhat okay. This one can actually, you can actually plug a cigarette lighter into it. I think it didn't come with one though, but I think you can actually plug in a cigarette lighter. The only issues I've found with this thing is that it has to do with how far it goes into some cigarette lighter sockets. These contacts are really far back, and you'll notice that they just barely get inside the socket. And here's another one. This is a plastic one. And that one goes in a little bit further, but that's mostly because it has a really thick lip. It just barely makes contacts with the inside. I think this should have been designed with this contact further forward, but because what'll happen is if it's plugged in occasionally, you'll notice that something's not charging or getting powered, and you have to push this in because it's not all the way. It has popped out for whatever reason. The other one, which I have not done anything more than a quick test on it, this one has a USB charger port in it. It says 5 volts 1 amp. Oh, it actually has 2 of them. I didn't notice that. I purchased this one because it had a flat sides and back, and this one was probably going to go in my truck, and I would just put a piece of sticky tape and then stick it under the dash. I really didn't care if it had the USB connectors. I did test them. The output with no load was 5.12 volts, so that's fine. It should power a charger or charge a phone. It says 1 amps. I did not test that. This plug plugs in a lot further. Seems to make better contact. And some of these have a locking lug in it. Let's see. That engages that locking lug. I don't know. There's a couple of indents in here, and they're meant to hold that securely. Whereas this one does not have any locking lugs. It's completely smooth, and so it's easier to pull out. And You can rotate it. So that's it. There's no information on this thing as to what the manufacturer is. The build quality, the inside of these sockets is really cheap. It's just a can with a back plate, but you know, it works. So that's it.